everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be going over all the products in my collection that have pan. Hitting pan is not an easy feat for me. I'm very light-handed when it comes to my makeup. I'm a slow panner, that's for sure, but I actually have 10 products here that all have pan. I'm very excited about them. I'm going to talk about them, show you some aesthetically pleasing just photos, and talk about my thoughts, etc. So if that sounds good to you, if you like project panning content, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around. But with all that, let's just get started. All right. We all know that I'm traveling, right? Right. I've said this in most of my videos since August, so I don't want to dwell on it too long. Please bear with me while I'm just on my unstable home journey. So like I said, I have 10 products in my entire collection that have pan, which if we do like a pan percentage, we're just not, because it's not going to be a good percentage, but I'm still very proud of what I've been able to hit pan on. I just started project panning 2 years ago, and before that, I was very much in the mindset of making makeup last. So I would purposely, save products for special occasions, or I would jump around from product to product because I didn't want to use it up. And now I'm in my era where I want to get my money's worth out of these products. Now it's a very fine line between like getting a little bit obsessed with finishing things versus like not letting things go to the wayside in your collection and going to waste. So I do have to try and find a balance. I will say that I feel like I am a completionist, so a lot of things I do just finish up, and maybe that's why I have less things that have pan, but that's by like 2 or 3 products. It's not going to be that much of a big deal. We're just going to get started though. I'm looking at my products in front of me and just deciding where I want to start. I think I want to just talk about all the things currently in my project pan. I will link that video up above and down below if you want to see just my rolling project pan, just to kind of get those out of the way. And if you've already, I'll have timestamps down below. So if you already consistently watch my project pan, you can skip on this. But something that's in my project pan right now is my Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder in Light. Oh, shit. I have to be very careful with this, which I just wasn't. I just lost a chunk of it, but I hit pan on it and it's starting to crumble because of that. So I actually am going to repress this right after this video. It is very fragile and I plan on finishing this up in my project pan. So I just need to kind of make this a little bit more stable, but that's the first thing that I have pan on. And then what else is in my project pan? This is my Mercier powder. This I am also trying to finish. So you're going to see here that I am almost done with it. I've been working on this for 11 months. I think I'm going to have it done in the next month or so. So it's really nice to just have a powder from start to finish. I mean, this was pretty much brand new when I rolled it in. But that's what I mean by I have less pans, because this is a product, once I finish it, it won't be in my collection to show you the pan on it later. So this is also in project pan, making progress, but right now I'm enjoying that pan. It is expanding, especially like down here. I'm trying to like get my brush evenly around it, but the brush does what the brush wants to do. After that, I have my Hourglass Trio. This is my only cream product in the bunch, yes. And I have pan on the bronzer here, as you can see. It took me forever to hit pan on this bronzer, over 100 uses, I think, to hit it. So it took quite some time, but the pan has been expanding very quickly since then. So that's at least the good thing. I feel like I am the kind of person where like I wear down the product semi-evenly as I can. So once pan comes, like it just blows up from there, which is nice, but also it can be a little unmotivating when you're trying to hit pan and you're just not. So here is my Hourglass Sheer Illume Trio. Of course, I'll have all these products listed down below if they're still available, as well as all the makeup that I'm wearing on my face today. This is discontinued. Some of these are discontinued, but some of them are still available. Now, the rest of the items here, I'm going to separate this into what I hit pan on naturally and what I hit pan on in the past for my project pan. So let's kind of go backwards. The first thing I have is my Becca bronzer. Here's what this one looks like. This is in the shade Bali Sands. It is the lightest bronzer that Becca used to have, so I'm able to like really go ham on this bronzer. My goal for it was to just hit pan and then roll it out, so that's why I didn't finish it in that project pan. And I think I hit pan after like 2 uses of rolling it in, so this could be one where technically I hit pan naturally, but I hit pan in my project fairly quickly, and I think I kept it in for a couple extra months just to really expand that pan. This is one just while I'm going to repress my Kevyn Aucoin. I think I'm just also going to repress this and just center it a little bit more. I might as well do it all at the same time. Then the other bronzer that I have that I hit pan on, I think this was the first bronzer that I put in my project pan. It's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This actually took me quite a long time to hit pan. I thought at the time when I rolled this in, it was gonna kind of be a gimme like the Becca. This took me a long time to hit pan on. I don't have my numbers in front of me, but this used to be like one of my only bronzers in my collection. It's definitely one of my oldest bronzers in my collection. Most of these are some of my oldest products, so that's why they just have so much love. But I had you use this one pretty naturally as well. I could see the rings, but it still took me, I think, like 8 months to hit pan on this. And now I have it. I'm not going to repress this one. I don't think it's big enough, but I really enjoy this bronzer. There's not that many products from Too Faced that I like, but this is one of them. I think it's a really, really nice bronzer. It's one that I don't have to think about. I can just really apply it and go. So that's why I love this one so much. And it's one I might even consider like repurchasing in a mini once I finish it. I don't think I'm going to prioritize finishing this one as much as like maybe the Becca one. I like having this in my collection. And then the last 2 things I have that I hit pan on from past projects is my Colourpop Super Shock in Lunch Money. I guess you can count this as a cream, huh? I had pretty good progress on this to begin with, but I did hit pan. Now, I know a lot of people hit pan on their Super Shocks fairly quickly. I will tell you, though, that I've had this Super Shock for years and years, like longer than maybe you should have highlight. And I had never hit pan on it. I didn't hit pan on it until I really focused in. I was really using my fingers when I applied it and using the whole surface area. I wasn't like pushing down trying to hit pan. So that's why it took me so long to hit it. But now I do have it. Eventually I would like to finish this up. I have fond memories of this. And this is a product where I kind of just want the feeling of accomplishment of finishing it and like closing that chapter. This is my only Colourpop Super Shock highlight. I've decluttered the rest of them. I just don't feel like I need them. Lunch Money is the perfect highlight in my opinion. I really, really love it out of all of the Super Shocks because I had quite a few and then I ended up decluttering them. Then the last thing I have from my past projects is my Dior highlighter, one of my oldest. I mean, most of these, like I said, are old, but this is actually one of my oldest products in my collection. I remember buying this when I was 18. It's actually like a hard to find Dior product now. This is the, let's see, what do they officially call this? It's like the Illuminating Lace Effect Powder. It's hard to tell because I've put pan in it, but it had like this beautiful lace detailing all over the pan. This packaging is heavy. It is luxe, like Pat McGrath could never. It is fully metal. It is so luxurious. And I decided to pan it because it was a product where I just never used it because of how special it made me feel. And then I did find an unopened one brand new for like a really good price. I think it was like $40. The lady did not know what she had. I like snatched it up because I've seen this go for like $150 on eBay. And I decided it was time I give love to this one. I put that one, I kept it in its box, and I put it in my makeup memory box. And I decided I was going to give myself permission to really love on this and give it the love that it deserved. I bought it, like I said, when I was 18. I did not have money when I was 18. I had no reason, zero reason to be buying a Dior highlighter. Pretty sure I opened up a Macy's card when I purchased this, and I'm pretty sure that was my first credit card. So, bad decisions were made, but I have it now, and I wanted to at least feel like, you know, I got some love on this. I will bring this back out eventually. Right now, I want to just also love on some other highlights in my collection, but this is really pretty. I mean, it's definitely old. It's definitely showing its age. I hit pan on it because it's so powdery now, and it's just kind of worn away. But it gives like a really subtle glow, and I think it's quite pretty. Just the perfect kind of sheen. I love it. Okay, and then the next 3 products that I have are all products that I hit pan naturally on. I did not bring them into a project. They are old products, and they were products I had when maybe I had a very small collection, so I got a lot of use out of them and hit pan. The first one we're going to talk about, I'm going to save the best for last, if there's a best, the best to me. The first one I have is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I used to use this all the time. Here's what it's looking like. I actually will still bring this powder with me sometimes as like a touch-up powder. It's a great mattifying powder, like a blotting powder. If I need something to just get the oils from my T-zone, this is perfect. It doesn't look cakey. It does have like, oops, it does have a sponge that just rolled away. But sometimes I will use a sponge if I really, really need to, but I do try to bring a brush. I would also really use this to pinpoint right here on the bridge of my nose where my glasses rest, and it really helped just not have the makeup slip and slide on my glasses. So, you know, I want to use this up, definitely. I want to finish this up. And again, kind of just like the lunch money, like close the chapter on this powder. I have fond memories of it, but it is time this one goes. And it'll be one less pan in my collection, but also one less powder in my collection. Now, this one I've talked about so many times on my channel because it's one of my proudest accomplishments. It is MAC Wedge, this single shadow here. Here's what it looks like. This is actually my second MAC Wedge. If you can believe it. I don't know what kind of hold this shadow has on me, but it is just the perfect tone. I love it as a transition shade. I love it as like a one and done. It is just the perfect shade for me, in my opinion. I think that maybe this is where my gravitation of cool tones came from, because it was one of the first single shadows that I purchased from MAC, and I used it all the time. It is very just kind of, you know, it's neutral leaning cool. It's not warm at all, and I really, really love this shade. I do have a backup of this because I love it so much, so I do need to finish this shadow, maybe pull it into a project or something. I don't know, because for my eyeshadows, I don't have like a specific finish up eyeshadow goal. I just try to use each shadow 10 times so I can it's more of like a rotating project for my eyeshadow. I'll link that above as well. So I don't know what I'm going to do about this, but maybe I need to like just put it in my drawer and kind of finish it off on the side here so I can break open my backup and then only have one of these. And my most proud one, surprisingly, I think it's because this is actually my second one, just like MAC Wedge, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know a lot of people have panned these. This is not something that's hard to pan, but, you know, for this being my second butter bronzer, I have to say that, like, I think it's clear I love this bronzer. I love this bronzer. Just like the Milk Makeup, the Becca, it is so easy to use. I don't have to think about it. It blends perfectly. I find the tone to just give like a nice light bronze, but not like a harsh line. I can really just use a fluffy brush and go all over. It's on the lighter side for sure. This is the light bronzer. It's not the original bronzer. And I think I just like lighter bronzers in general because they're just easier. Yeah, I'm also going to repress this bronzer. It's starting to get tough to use. I actually took it with me traveling, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of lifting underneath here. So my brush was like kind of crumbling it away. So I am also going to repress this just like while I'm doing it. I might as well get it all done at one time. But this is like one of my most proud accomplishments because one, I wasn't trying to hit pan. This is from natural, just me reaching for this bronzer, and two, like this is my second one of these. Anyways, those are all 10 products in my collection that I've hit pan on. Let me know down below in your collection, do you have a lot of products that you've hit pan on? Are you someone that kind of like I was, where you really try not to hit pan and you try to save your makeup and jump from product to product so you have like that quantity, I guess? Or are you someone you like to hit pan, you like to see the usage, and you have a smaller collection? I'd like to hear down below. And if your, journey's changed as well. Like I used to like the quantity over quality, but now I'm trying my best to use up products to completion a little bit more. So if that's changed for you as well, let me know down below. If you project pan, let me know down below so I can follow your channel, your Instagram, and support you. I think that that's really important in project panning because sometimes it really is like, it takes dedication, it takes motivation, and it takes a lot of just pushing forward sometimes through those hard times. So let me know if you also project pan, but this is where I'm going to leave you all. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.